Welcome to our December Crystal Broadcasting Circle. I wanted to share a few things so you will understand how we work and how you can participate. First of all, we always, within Sacred Ground Collective, set our sacred space. We're meeting in the sacred ground of sovereignty, surrounded with the protection of the sixfold cocoon and any other that you bring to this work. Because the power to change and remove the destruction going on in the world is held within these circles, it is really very important that we maintain our sense of balance and sovereignty and protection from the divine. So we meet in that sacred space today, calling in our teams of guidance, of participation for the work that is within the Sacred Ground Collective Broadcasting Circles. With that, we meet on Gaia. We are grateful for her allowing us to be here. We call in all four directions that is held within this field with all the elements and blessed beings that Gaia brings. And with that, our circle is set, ready for us to work. And so it is. So welcome. So the crystal broadcasting is possible because of the nature of clear crystals. Welcome, Marielle. We're just beginning to talk about clear crystals. Clear crystals have the nature of being able to absorb or be programmed and then broadcast that out into the world. Because they are programmable, they pick up energies that are around them, whether intentional or not intentional. So an easy way to clear crystals, and that ought to be done often, is to hold several of them in your hand and then just roll them together so that that releases vibrations that they have had for the month. And now they're cleared. I'm going to do that with all of mine. I'm just kind of going through a protocol here, Maria. So here's my crystals. I'm just rolling them all together, letting them be cleared for the work we're going to be doing the next month. The clear crystals, like water, are programmable and they will broadcast what they hold within them out into the world. That's why it's important to clear them regularly. I use the roll method, set them in the sun periodically, and they seem to be doing really great. With the way the world is today, it's important for those souls in bodysuits to hold an outcome because we have the power to do this. And so the first step is to sit quietly and what is your desired outcome? This is what you're going to bring to life. You're going to bring to higher self, to bring to whatever that field that holds all potential. You're going to bring something specific. So each of you, just if you'd like, just sit for a minute. What would the outcome be that you want to hold for the month of December? It might be for you, those you love, for the world. I'm just going to sit quietly. I know what mine is. If you want to write it down, that's a way to capture it in a statement. Positive statement, like what would be formatted for affirmations. Okay. The outcome that I want to hold for December is for the world. So a positive statement would be something like this. The divine home source energy of all good, all potential to bring benefit, is the exclusive energy field from which systems, structures, relationships emerge for our world, for our countries, for our communities, families, and for my life. I'm going to use a reality shift. There's the statement, and I'm going to ask those to whom I'm connected to in spirit. You have your own spiritual teams. I'm going to say, move that energy, that conscious energy, into all of my personal fields and the fields of those to whom I am connected in love. I want the entire world, all of humanity, brought onto that field of possibility. So move my consciousness and all the consciousness of all that I'm connected to in love into that declared reality. Now we know that there are forms and systems contrary to that right now. So I'm going to bring in PTO, my healing teams, and beyond, and ask them to deep sense, to begin identify, healing, removing anything that is, has, or would be contrary to that declaration, to that choice. And ask that our causal teams, those beings in spirit who know how to create software programs, if you will, energetic programs, codes, because numbers are primary in energy. Create the program for that experience for myself and all to whom I'm connected in love. And download the codes into the first dimensional vibrational field of all humanity, that field which sits right with Gaia. So Gaia is blessed with it too. This field is of all good. And what emerges is manifestations of all good. Then download the program itself into the fifth dimensional region of myself and all humanity. So how do we then broadcast that beyond today? Of course, you can repeat that periodically. You can put it into a mantra. You can put it into a meditation. You can vision it. You can do any tool you want with it. But what I'm going to do today is translate it into a code. And you can try this on too. So you see, I have two systems going on here. I got creating a glyph and I got myself. So we're going to shift over, and I'm going to take my camera here and shift over to turning on this camera. I think we're going to be able to do that. And you see there, and I'm going to take and turn my personal camera off. And then I'm going to click on so we can view. Let's see if I can do it this way. There we go. La. So here's how you can create a glyph. Now, the reason we do glyphs, colors, numbers, symbols, is because those frequencies speak to the higher frequencies, what we would call our spiritual body and beyond. Words impact our physical, 1, 2, 3, they impact our physical, they're valuable that way. But we want this choice put in place as quickly as possible in those higher regions. So we have the higher regions, you can't see my hands, but we have the higher vibrational regions with colors, numbers, glyphs, symbols, and we have words in the slower frequencies. So here is how simply to create your own personal gift, glyph or symbol. First of all, sit quietly and reaffirm in your mind. You could read it if you want to. Hold it in your mind, your choice, your outcome, your state. And then you're just going to trust what comes to you. I'm going to show you how it comes to me. It may come differently to you. So I hold that in mind, and then I have my pen, as you see, and my clear paper. And I get it in the way of squigglies. So I just let myself do a squiggly in whatever way it comes. Mine come pretty. There's my squiggly. That's a symbol. I don't know if you can see that really well, but I'll bring it up. You see the squiggly? There's the squiggly. I trust the squiggly. That's a symbol of the words I have asked as outcome. Then I ask for a formula, numbers. Numbers are really basic and foundational in creating energy. So then, and I usually get it in 3 layers. So I just let my numbers come in and I write them down. There's my first line. And you can't see that well, but that's how they usually come to me, like 5 numbers or maybe 6. That's the top line. Then I just wait. Is there a second line? There's a second line. Is there a bottom line? And now I have a symbol and I have words, which is a code. All speaking my outcome, my statement into a language that the higher frequencies understand. So it's taking my words and making them a language that is spoken into our spiritual world, our galactic worlds, and beyond. The next thing I do, I love colored pencils, so I work with colored pencils. I just start coloring in those shapes with a color that I feel drawn to. I'm not going to complete that here while we talk, but then I add color. In the beginning, when I first was shown this, and I learned this from a really good friend, my friend Sheila, who is excellent at manifesting and stability, especially financial stability. We did it by, penduluming, muscle testing. We did a kind of a longer version of how I do it now, but it has been super, super effective for her for years and years and years, and for me. So this is what I would do. Then I would just color those in with whatever color I feel drawn to. So then I will have a symbol, I will have colors, and I will have numerical formula. What I do then is I cut it into a smaller shape, or sometimes I'll take a picture of it or scan it so I can duplicate it. And then I set my crystals, my clear crystals, you see, they're ready to be programmed. You see that? They're ready to be programmed. I've cleared them. And I take my glyph, cut to the shape I want it to be cut, and I put it inside a stone circle and ask my crystal friends to be programmed for those frequencies and broadcast those frequencies out into the world, asking the trees, the plants, the air, stones, the earth, the fires, to pick up those frequencies and take them even further. So that is going to be mine for the month of December. I'm going to turn this video off. So that's going to be my focus for the month of December. And I will put it into some of my daily meditations and prayers. My crystal stones are going to be broadcasting it all the time. And then this is where you turn it over not only to the stones, but you turn it over to that field, greater field of life. Some people say God, some people say greater power, some people say universe. You turn it over and say, now it's yours. That's where you let go of working to be worried. I said, let it be. If there is anything that universe, God, spirit needs from me to maybe fine tune or be more active in it, I will be told within myself. That's your inner guidance. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Marielle. I encourage you to create your own statement. All of the processes will be with the video. You, in whatever way you then take this, your statement, and move with it. Add the crystals. They're a great kingdom waiting to work